Football Thang with DJ SNS. Welcome. This is my first show right here, and I really appreciate everybody tuning in on the September 11th. You know, I'm from New York City, so I know I was there. I was there around the tragic things that happened September 11th, 2001. I was a part of that. I was there. New Yorkers, we ride till we die. You know what I'm saying? So, this show is about football, life, and music. You know, I'm known as one of the best DJs in America. So I'm bringing my other side of my life into this, which is football. I love football with a passion. So, why not? You know what I'm saying? It's a football thing with DJ SNS. Let's get right to the highlights, shall we? So, of course, I'm going to let you know I'm a Patriots fan. So I'm going to do this from every show. I'm going to talk about the Patriots first. Pat Nation, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Yeah, we lost. We lost 42-27. Kansas City Chiefs put it on us. I can't even lie. Alex Smith looked like Tom Brady. 28 for 35, 368 yards, 4 touchdowns on a Bill Belichick defense. You already know what type of pain and anguish I was going through that game. So now everybody's so hyped. I'm listening to the analysts say, oh, Kareem Hunt, he had a good game. So what is game one? Kareem Hunt, 17 carries, 148, 1 touchdown. He had 5 receptions, 98 yards for 2 touchdowns in the air. The burner, Tyreek Hill, had 7 receptions, 133 with 1 touchdown. That kid, Cedric West, that's his name. Yeah, he had 1 carry for 21 yards. That was when it was like garbage time. You know, it's garbage time. So the breakdown for that game, you know, Tom Brady, very pedestrian looking. He did. He looked. He went for 16 for 36, 267, no touchdowns. Only bright spot for us that game was Mike Gillislee. We stole him from Buffalo to replace LeGarrette Blount. He had 15 carries, 45 yards for 3 touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. So if he was on pace to break that LeGarrette Blount record that he had 18 touchdowns last year, he's going to break that. All right? Mike Gillislee and James White, 10 carries, 38 yards. Amendola, 6 receptions, 100 yards receiving. He got hurt with a concussion. Dante Hightower went out. He's the catalyst of our defense. When he went out, he's the captain. He makes the calls. And he went out. So, of course, a lot of miscommunication out there. That Tyreek Hill touchdown was miscommunication. The linebacker Cassius being on Kareem Hunt for the 75-yarder. That was all that is game one, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we play the game. We got 15 more weeks to go, and that's all I say. You know, Brandon Cooks looked good. 3 receptions, 88 yards. Plus, he had a 54-yard bomb thrown by Tom Brady with double coverage. Took that. The Archer was in full form. You know what I'm saying? So we lost. The Patriots lost. But look at the bright side. We get more games to play. That's why we play the game. 42-27, the Chiefs over the Patriots. Let's go to the next game. One of my favorite games of the day. The Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this. Do not sleep on the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to tell you why. The Cleveland Browns defense is no joke. DeShone Kizer, the rookie, he went for 20 for 30, 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Did you expect more? He wasn't going to do a Dak Prescott. Not this year. Isaiah Crowell, he had 17 attempts for 33 yards. Corey Coleman, he had 5 receptions for 53 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest yard was 23 yards. Seth DeValue, he had 4 receptions, 42 yards. Isaiah Crowell, in the air, he had 2 receptions, 33 yards. Ricardo Lewis, he had 2 receptions, 32 yards. Duke Johnson had 2 receptions, 20 yards. Kenny Britt had 1 reception for 13 yards. The Browns basically had the Steelers on eggshells. They shut down Le'Veon Bell. They shut down Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell had 10 attempts for 32 yards. They shut him down. But to the Steelers, to the point for the Steelers won the game. If Le'Veon Bell, normally when Le'Veon Bell doesn't play, the Steelers lose. When he don't show up, they lose. Ben Roethlisberger, he threw for 24 for 36, 2 touchdowns, and he had an interception. His guy, Antonio Brown, 11 receptions, 182 yards. His longest was a 50-yard bomb down the sideline. The tight end, Jesse James, he showed up. That's always Ben Roethlisberger's favorite target. I don't know why y'all don't understand that. It's not Antonio Brown anymore. It is Jesse James. That's Big Ben's favorite, his favorite target. Martavius Bryant, nowhere to be found. 2 receptions, 14 yards. Y'all talk about this all day long about this guy, Martavius Bryant added to the Killer Bees. Killer Bees was stuck in honey today, baby. You know what I'm saying? They were stuck in honey yesterday. For the defense-wise, shout out to T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt's younger brother. He had his first NFL interception. Deshaun Kaiser threw it to him, and it happens. But them Browns defense ain't no joke. They held the Killer Bees. They made the Killer Bees look pedestrian, ladies and gentlemen. But it's only game 1. Like I said, it's game 1. Let's get to the next one. Coming off that Super Bowl being up 28-3. That's going to always be a nightmare in all Atlanta Falcons fans' head. 28-3. It's new season. Minus Kyle Shanahan. No Kyle Shanahan, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Ryan went for 21 for 30, 321 yards, 1 touchdown. And he ran for 11 yards. Dante Freeman had 12 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Tevin Coleman, he had 8 carries, 16 yards. Austin Hooper was the guy. That is Matt Ryan's favorite target. It used to be Julio Jones, but Julio Jones only had 4 receptions for 66 yards. 66 yards, 4 receptions. Same thing he had in the Super Bowl, but we locked him down a little more than that. Patriots. Shout out to my World Championship Patriots. We shut him down. Mohamed Sanu, you got to step up. 6 receptions, 47 yards. You try to do your thing. Taylor Gabriel, you got to step up. You got to get the ball to your weapons. Matt Ryan, you got weapons. You got to get the ball to your weapons. And I'm going to say this. The Bears showed up that game. I got to say that. Mike Glennon looked good. For that $15 million, you're supposed to look good. 26 for 40, 213 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyreek Cohen, 5 attempts, 66 yards, and a touchdown in receiving. Jordan Howard, he had 13 attempts, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. Zach Miller, 4 receptions, 39 yards. Kendall White, who got hurt in the game, 3 receptions, 34 yards. Deion Sims, 2 receptions, 31 yards. Here's my take from the game, ladies and gentlemen. Score was 23-17. Falcons won by the skin of their teeth. It should have been a blowout, but I can't say the Bears' defense is back. I ain't gonna say 85 Bears. I'm not gonna say that, but they're not a pushover. The Bears is back. See, when you get rid of Jay Cutler, you see what happens? Not saying Mike Glennon is gonna be the answer, but he damn sure better than Jay Cutler. All right. So the final score 23-17. Falcons over the Bears. Let's go to my Patriot rival game. Bills versus the Jets. The tanking Jets. 21-12 was the final score. The Bills came to play. Tyrod Taylor had 16 for 28, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns. LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy came the ball. 22 carries, 110 yards. Mike Tolbert, 12 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Came the ball. Now, you Eagles, you should be kicking yourselves in the face. Jordan Matthews came the ball. 2 receptions, 61 yards. Charles Clay, 4 receptions, 53 yards and a touchdown. LaShawn McCoy had 5 receptions, 49 yards in the air, 21 yards in his longest yards. Michael Hyde. My man Michael Hyde, I love that name. The name's so crazy. He had an interception. Jordan Poyer had an interception. Andre Holmes had a touchdown. The Bills looked like they wasn't playing no games. The Jets, Josh McNown didn't look too bad. I don't know who he was throwing to. He had 26 for 39, 187 yards, 2 interceptions. He had a rushing touchdown. Bilal Powell, he's a beast. Big bruiser. 7 carries, 22 yards. Matt Forte, 6 carries, 16 yards. He had 20 yards in receiving, Matt Forte. That's not going to get it done. If your running game is as abysmal as that, like, come on. 38 yards between 2 good backs. That's all y'all can have? Your offensive line got to get better. The Jets. Y'all not bad. Even though I hate y'all, but you're not bad. You picked up Jermaine Kearse for the Seahawks in the all-season, 7 receptions, 59 yards. Jermaine Kearse is a baller. That's why we're gonna talk about that later on with Seattle. That's why Seattle struggled. We got Will Tye, came from the Giants. He's now with the Jets. 3 receptions, 34 yards. Eric Tomlinson, 2 receptions, 25 yards. Bobby Anderson, 4 receptions, 22 yards. My take from that game is Bills came the ball. Jets, you tried. Todd Bowles, he's the defensive coach. He does very well with his defensive schemes. Trading Sheldon Richardson was bad, my brother. I wouldn't have did that. You need my man Willie Colon back. Shout out, Willie Colon will be on the show today. The world champion, Super Bowl champion from the Steelers. Not the Jets, but the world Super Bowl champion from the Steelers. He will be on the show today. He's my special guest. He repped them Jets as well. Don't know why, but he represents the Jets. But, hey, that's what you want to do. Next game. Shout out to them Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are good, ladies and gentlemen. Flacco came back after the injury in the offseason. 9 for 17, 121 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Terrence West had 19 attempts, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. Javoris Allen had 21 attempts, 71 yards. Jerry Maclin, who they acquired from the Chiefs, he had 2 receptions, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest was 48 yards. Danny Woodhead, you want your little Darren Sproles. He's not Darren Sproles. He never been good since he left the Pats. Always remember that. He had 3 receptions, 33 yards, and he got hurt. I don't know if he's out for the season, but he got hurt. Terrell Suggs, this is the highlight for Baltimore. Terrell Suggs is playing that one game, has some Pro Bowl looking Terrell Suggs. I'm going to say every year he does that. Terrell Suggs is a beast. He don't like Tom Brady. He don't like my Pats. I know you don't like us because we beat y'all. I wish we'd have played y'all this year. But we'll see y'all in the playoffs. Because I think y'all going to be in the playoffs. You got Jimmy Smith, Brandon Carr, Ladarius Webb. That defense is looking very Super Bowl-ish. Jimmy Smith, Brandon Carr, and Ladarius Webb all had interceptions as well. But the big story was the Bengals. Andy Dalton. Come on, Andy Dalton. Come on, Andy Dalton. Who was you throwing to? Andy Dalton, 16 for 31, 170 yards, 4 interceptions. Lord Jesus. 4 interceptions. That's not going to get it done. That's not going to... Where's Gresham? Where's your tight end at? Giovanni Bernard had 7 attempts, 40 yards. Jeremy Hill has 6 attempts, 26 yards. 66 yards for your 2 best backs? And I'm sorry, 3 best backs. Joe Mixon, 8 attempts, 9 yards. What are you doing over there? 75 yards among 3 running backs. AJ Green didn't have a great game. I get it. Baltimore played some good defense. They shut y'all out. Y'all don't deserve for me to shout out your receiving core for the day. Final score, Ravens 20, Bengals 0. Let's talk about another blowout game. The LA Rams and the Indianapolis Colts. You Colts, you guys are in trouble. This season is going to be bad. You let Bill Belichick steal Philip Dorsett. Now he plays for us. And wait till he get that chemistry with us. He ran a 4.25 in the combine in 2015. You gave him to us for Jacoby Brissett. Hey, Jacoby, how you doing? You can have Jacoby Brissett. I'll take Dorsett any day. So your starting quarterback is Scott Toizen. And around my way where I grew up, Toizen is Toizen. Toizen means terrible. So he got the right name, Scott Toizen. He went from 9 for 18, 128 yards, 2 interceptions. He looked like a fish out of water. Then you had to put Jacoby Brissett in. He went 2 for 3, 51 yards. He had a fumble. He caused a fumble. Frank Gore, I call him the legend. I am legend. Frank Gore's name is I am legend. 10 attempts, 42 yards. Marion Mack, he had 10 attempts for 24 yards. T.Y. Hilton had 3 receptions for 57 yards. He lost a fumble as well. He got hit real hard. You know, he's too light, man. He's light, man. But it's great receiver. Dante Moncrief, he had 1 reception for 50 yards. Lucky, luck. I call that luck. So the Rams, you NFC people, don't sleep on the Rams. The Rams always had a good defense. It was the offense that was abysmal. Now, let me read down who they got real quick. Jared Goff went 21, 29, 306 yards and a touchdown. Todd Gurley, 19 attempts, 40 yards. 19 attempts, 40 yards. 19 attempts, 40 yards. You ran the ball 20 times, you're going to get 40 yards? Come on, Todd Gurley, you better than that. But you had a touchdown. I got to give you that. You should have got a touchdown. You ran the ball 20 times. Malcolm Brown, 7 attempts, 16 yards, 1 touchdown. Tavon Austin, the speedy Tavon Austin, 2 attempts, 11 yards. The Rams, y'all not using Tavon Austin right. You're supposed to have him in the slot. He's too fast. You're supposed to have him in the slot like the way they do Tyreek Hill. He's fast like Tyreek Hill, man. You gotta learn how to use that. Come on, man. Cooper Kupp, he's the bright spot. He was the bright spot last year. Cooper Kupp, 4 receptions, 76 yards, 1 TD. Sammy Watkins, 5 receptions, 58 yards. Todd Gurley, 56 yards in the air. Robert Woods, 3 receptions, 53 yards. All I was saying, that was a blowout. Rams 46, Colts 9. Let's go to Jaguars. The surprising thing, the Jaguars defense is great this year. Blake Bortles went for 11 for 21, 125 yards, 1 touchdown. Leonard Fournette from LSU. That boy's a monster from LSU. 26 carries, 100 yards, 1 TD. First rookie touchdown. Chris Ivory, the beast. 9 carries, 42 yards. Allen Hurns, 3 receptions, 42 yards. Leonard Fournette, again, 24 yards in the air. Allen Robinson, who's out for the season, he had 1 reception, 17 yards, torn ACL. But the big thing for that game was 29-7 of the Texans. The big thing for that game was Calais Campbell. He had 4 sacks. He's a beast. Arizona, y'all was a fool to let him go. Should have gave him the money. As far as the Texans, Deshaun Watson came in the second half because Tom Savage was savage. His play was savage. He needed to be traded or get somewhere or be kicked in his ass somewhere. Tom Savage, 7 for 13, 62 yards, terrible. They brought Deshaun Watson in the second half, 12 for 23, 102 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 running touchdown by himself, 1 interception, and 1 throwing touchdown. Lamar Miller, 17 attempts, 65 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 7 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. C.J. Fiedorowicz, 4 receptions, 46 yards. Savage had 2 fumbles. D. Watson had a fumble. Jaguars 29, Texans 7. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a football thing. We just getting started. It's a football thing with DJ SNS. Don't forget every Monday to tune in. What's what we doing? The station. This is called The Station. TheNetStation.com is where we at. My Facebook, DJ SNS Harlem. Up next, come my man Willie Colon, world champion, Super Bowl Steelers. You know when Antonio Holmes caught that's when he won the Super Bowl, 2008. 2008 world champions. Willie Colon will be on my FaceTime. Get ready for that, people. Don't go nowhere. We right here. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Issa Football Thang with DJ SNS. I got my good brother from the world champion 2008 champions, Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not going to say your other team. Willie Colon in the building. He's from the Bronx, New York, first of all. That's when we get that right. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
None. I want to say congratulations on your retirement. Congratulations on your the wedding this summer, even though I didn't DJ, but I'll get at you later on with that.
Oh, God.
I'll get about that later on. Shout out to Keisha. A beautiful wife, man. She's a good person. You know what I'm saying? That party, she made sure I was right at the party. And, you know, everything. Your family party's very hard, too, you know. They get it in. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to say thank you to you and Amir for really getting me to do this sports thing, man. Because we've been debating for years, right?
Yes, man. We believe you. We know you're a big sports head, and the fact that you got this platform and you use it, man, it's going to inspire a lot of people. And I'm happy, man. I'm happy for you.
Nah, appreciate it, man. My first question. The football, man, this year, this Sunday, man. What was your key games? What was your outtake for this Sunday? What was, besides the teams you played for? I don't want to talk about them yet.
Okay.
What was your biggest take from the games?
Yeah, I think we got to understand that a lot of guys, you know, a lot of people who watch football this Sunday, I mean, no matter who's your favorite team is, you have to understand that, you know, a lot of these guys haven't played due to the offseason. So a lot of starters, you know, this is their first live action of 4 quarters of football. So what you saw was a lot of guys who had, so to speak, ring rust, and they're just trying to get acclimated to playing 4 quarters, a lot of bullets of football. So it'll pick up. I know there's a lot of critics who weren't happy with just the overall play around the league, but you know, listen, these guys are human.
Why they say that? Why?
What's that?
Why would they not be happy with the play around the league? The games was good to me.
Well, I mean, a lot you got to understand. You know, college football is played on Saturday. If you watch a lot of college football games,
yeah.
You know, college football was, I mean, across the board, it was some really high intent, high impact games. Some big rivalries. You go to Ohio State, Oklahoma, that was a really, really good game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to Penn State, Pittsburgh, that was a good game. So if you compare the games that, and I'm just coming from a casual fan standpoint, you compare what you saw on Saturday to Sunday, it just wasn't that good.
Well, so what about like teams that wasn't expected to do good that did great? Let's take the Browns for instance.
They lost.
They lost, but no one was expecting them to be that like that.
Well, I think you have to understand that, you know, Hugh Jackson right now is building a culture in Cleveland, which is enabling a lot of that young youth on that team to kind of persevere. You know, they've been through a lot. The only one true veteran they have on that team is Joe Thomas at left tackle.
Yeah.
But across the board, this is a young team who's starting to believe in Hugh Jackson and what he's trying to implement. And if you go back to last year, even though they won 1 game,
They was all right.
They were in a lot of games last year, all the way down to the 3rd or 4th quarter. The only thing that happened to them at the end of the year, one, the reference to last year, one, they didn't know how to win, and 2, you know, when they played a talented team, talent just won at the end of the day. But it wasn't because of effort, it wasn't because of dedication. When you play the Cleveland Browns, you better knuckle up because they don't give you all they got.
Yeah, absolutely. What about the Jaguars? That Calais Campbell pickup was big.
Well, I think you got to talk about how, you know, they've been drafting well for a long time. The one question mark you have is at quarterback. But overall, they have a steady backfield between Leonard Fournette and Chris Ivory.
Yeah.
They have an offensive line that they're starting to groom and grow. They're going to be better. But you have to credit the offseason addition of Tom Coughlin. What he's been able to do as far as setting a culture that he took from the Giants and bring down to Florida to Jacksonville has helped this team a lot. You can see in their play, they're a lot better team from a discipline standpoint. They are really, really athletic in the secondary. And we talk about Calais Campbell. He was a monster in Arizona. Now he's in Jacksonville with Malik Jackson and some of those guys. They're
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I forgot that Malik Jackson's over there. I forgot Malik Jackson, and you know they lost Allen Robinson for the year, torn
Allen
ACL.
Robinson will be fine. I think it's sad to see him go. You wish him the best of luck, but you have to be one thing when I was in the league, when I was with Pittsburgh, we used to call Jacksonville the Pittsburgh of the South, just because they were such a run dominant team and they had a strong offensive line and they played behind their defense. You can see right now that's what they're trying to get back to, of having big defensive tackles, having a very strong offensive line, having two workhorses at running back, and having an okay quarterback. You got to remember back then, really the best quarterback to come out of Jacksonville in the past is Mark Winnell and Byron Leftwich. Now you have Blake Bortles. So now the next goal for them is to draft another quarterback who they feel is going to put them over the hump and really compete in that division.
Yeah, they need another quarterback. If Blake Bortles one game is not gonna. That one game was luck to me. I don't believe in Blake Bortles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Blake Bortles doesn't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? But I give it to him. So I want to ask you about your teams. So the two teams you play for, the Steelers and the Jets, what do you think is going to pan out? Either being one of them being a potential team to take down the Patriots, and then the other people keep saying they're tanking, which I don't think so myself. I don't think they're tanking. But what do you think their outcome is going to be at the end of the year?
Well, I'll start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are right now, you talk about during the preseason, are some of the best. What they've been able to do in the offseason, and I'm going into the preseason, the fact that they acquired Joe Hayden was a big move. If you go back
big move, huge.
The AFC Championship, when they went against the Patriots, one of the issues that exposed the Pittsburgh Steelers was the secondary.
Yep.
You had a solid front seven, but on the back end, with Will Gay and Crockrell and all those guys, a lot of those guys were youthful. They didn't have a lot of experience. Now at this point, you're talking about Sean Davis, Artie Burns, Joe Hayden, Will Gay. Now you have a more balanced secondary that can really compete against Brady and your Patriots. And at the end of the day, what you're going to see out of the Steelers, they have an offense. You got Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
You have probably the top 5-ranked offensive line in the league. They are set and locked and loaded on the defensive end. They had holes in the secondary, and they addressed it with Joe Hayden. So if you're already looking at the playoff run, and I'm saying, man, they're going to make the playoffs. That's already locked in. How are they going to be able to compete against Tom and those guys in the second half of the season, going into the playoffs? This is how they answer the bell, by getting Joe Hayden. So right now they're just doing what they do. Now on the Jets side, I cover the Jets right now at SNY Sports New York, and I tell you what, the Jets showed me something that I was happy to see. Is there a lot of talent on the offensive side for the Jets? No. But what you saw was a team who is pretty much fighting for pride. I mean, if you go down for it, if you talked about Todd Bowles, the whole question in the offseason was, if Todd Bowles can get this team to go out there and just compete. The world knows there's not a lot of talent for the New York Jets. However, you just can't have the same type of outfit that walked on the field last year. And going into Buffalo in a hostile situation, it started off ugly for the Jets, but they competed and stayed in the game. There were only a couple of plays or a couple of calls away from kind of pulling it out. And I actually had the Jets winning that game against Buffalo, honestly. But just too many mistakes, too many big plays, and that cost them. But what you're going to see from the New York Jets, and people have to be aware of this, they don't have a franchise quarterback. They don't have a number 1 receiver.
True.
A lot of things on offense.
But now played good, though. But now played good yesterday.
Who's that?
Josh McNown, he played good.
He played good, but this is the difference between A quarterbacks and B quarterbacks. When the things got hot and they started pressuring him, you can tell he got rattled. He made 2.
Yeah, he definitely got rattled.
He didn't see the protection. However, when the offensive line did give him time, and because you got to understand the way Buffalo played just yesterday, he was like, listen, we understand you got Bilal Powell and Matt Forte. We're not going to allow you to run the ball. We're going to allow you to just throw the ball. You have to beat us deep. And they double covered Robbie Anderson, so it pretty much left Jermaine Kearse and the other guys open. We was out Austin Seferian-Jenkins. We did not have him. We did not have Jordan Leggett from Clemson. He wasn't in the game.
I forgot about Jenkins.
What you had was a Will Tye, fresh off the bus, playing in his first game for the Jets. And he played fairly well, but he's not a blocking tight end. With all that said, the Jets still, with all the kind of pieces kind of brewing all together, they was able to stay in that game for a good most part, just kind of ran away from him at the end. So coming down to the Jets in a nutshell, the theme of the season is going to be the good, the bad, the ugly. What good can you take away from it? You know it's going to be bad, and hopefully it doesn't get too ugly that you can't watch him play.
Nah, I get it. Willie Colon, ladies and gentlemen, world champion Willie Colon, played with the Steelers, played with the Jets. I want to say I did some research on you for that Bronx, you went to Cardinal Hayes, right?
Cardinal Hayes High School, right on the Grand Concourse.
Melrose, shout to Melrose. And I found out that your father, rest his soul, he played basketball in Puerto Rico. He was a semi-pro. He was a semi-pro basketball player in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So,
correct, man.
so did his sports drive? Was that part of your sports drive to make you be successful in being in the league for 11 years?
Well, no, I think if anything he implemented in my life was just work ethic. He was a man who, despite what his nights look like or what his days look like, he always went to work and gave it his all. So I think that always motivated me. And even my mother, I attribute that to both of them. No matter what you're going through or how you're feeling, when it's time to clock in and go to work, you go to work. So I've always had that kind of genetic aspect about me. I think what he inspired me was just to be fearless. There's countless stories I can remember. Probably somebody should keep off air. But there's countless times I remember that, he was just, anytime his back was against the wall, he just knuckled up. And I just kind of took on that identity watching him as far as being a man. He stood on his manhood, he stood on his beliefs, and he protected his family at all costs. So
I know about that story. I want to bring that up. I said I want to ask him about that one.
Yeah, so that's just the way he kind of raised me and my brothers, and I'm just blessed to kind of the time he had on this earth that he left me with the the pride and impact to be successful.
Now I'm gonna go to your mom, Miss Jean Davis. She has lupus, right?
Yes.
And she started a lupus foundation. You care to tell me about that?
Yeah, so I joined hands with the Alliance for Lupus Research. Woody Johnson, the owner of Jets, is the CEO. He's the head of the foundation. When I became a Jet, I started working closely with the cause. I had a great platform. One of his daughters was diagnosed with lupus, so we both had a connection there. For those that don't know what lupus is, it's an autoimmune deficiency. If you don't have lupus, we can fight off colds and different diseases that may affect our bodies.
Sure.
However, if you do have lupus, you're not able to do that. So it's a disease that affects all women. It affects women from all races, and even men do have it. But it's prominent in women and young girls. So my mother was diagnosed when I was in the first grade with it. So I've always been conscious of what she's been going through. She goes to dialysis twice a week, and it's tough. It's tough on the body. It's tough on just life. You suffer from lupus, you go through it. So all my life, my motivation is to make it better way of life for her.
Absolutely.
To do it.
Absolutely. And I commend you for that, man. You and your brothers, said your whole family definitely, so you ride with that. And I can understand it. Believe me, I can. Last question. Your transformation from playing in the league, winning Super Bowl, playing with the Jets, your transformation now to the desk. Now you're on ESPN, sports talk, radio, and the television. You was on Mike and Mike, filled in for Golick. I was probably I had a tear in my eye when I saw you filling in for Golick. I said that's my guy up there. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't get a chance to see your friends really do stuff. Like I know a lot of players, but when there's people that I'm cool with, that I can pick the phone up and call. That really So how's the transformation going? Like.
Well, the hardest part about it is, at this point, now that the fact that I'm covering the Jets, a lot of those guys in our locker room I do know. So the hardest transition is having an analytical and honest opinion about people who you're personally close with. And that's always tough. But, like Charles Barkley said, when they pay you to do a job, especially from that side of the fence, you got to do it. But I think a lot of guys in the locker room respect me enough as a man to know that whatever I'm saying, and I'm not just doing it for ratings, I'm doing it because that's what I believe.
Yes.
And they know I'm never going to be malicious or kind of outright disrespectful. But I'm gonna give it honest. If you're bad, you're bad. If you're good, you're good. Props.
Hey, you from the Bronx, man. Ain't fair nobody.
Yeah. So it's always that. It's always a tough transition as far as that. But going to the media side, a lot of people who identify who you are with a helmet on your head. Now that I'm sitting at a desk, have to prepare. Also have to, there's a craft to it as far as just getting, just talking clearly, slowing yourselves down, making eye contact. Those
Tell me about it.
That I'm learning today. So it's a fun transition, but it's very vulnerable. It's different when somebody critiques you from the side of, hey, you missed a block, or you didn't do this, or you got a penalty. Now somebody tweeting you like, hey, you sound like you don't know nothing. You sound dumb. Now you're like, whoa. Now it's more. It feels sometimes you take it a little more personal, but it all it does is toughen you up. It makes me prepare harder. It makes me come to the desk a lot more aware and conscious of what I'm trying to do and sound credible. So it's an up and down transition, but I've been blessed. SNY has given me a great platform. ESPN Radio and ESPN itself has given me the great opportunities. And it's like anything, man. The more you do it, the better you get at it, as long as you stay with it.
Absolutely, man. I want to thank you for tuning in, man. Like being a part of my first show, man. Like I said, you were the catalyst to help me do this here, man.
No, I know you always had it in you, man. Every time we talk, even for sports knowledge, you was on it, and I know you're passionate about this. And what I'm most proud about you, is at the end of the day, you keep a very honest, and you've got a great personality. That always goes well over radio and TV. Keep trucking, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Willie Colon, phoning for the Steelers, the Jets. Thank you, my brother. Keisha, see you later.
I'll talk to you.
All right, bro. Thank you.
All right, now.
It's a football thing with DJ SNS. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a football thing with DJ SNS. Shout out to my man Willie Colon from the World Champion, Super Bowl champs, Pittsburgh Steelers 2018, and the New York Jets. That's my brother from the Bronx. I'll tell you a little quick story here, right? A little quick story. So, he played for the Steelers, so he brought me out there to do a party. And he's from the Bronx. So he had a pickup truck. I forgot the name of the pickup truck. I think it was a Ford 150. No, not a Ford 150. I think it was the Harley Davidson truck. He had the whole truck pinstripe Yankee, pinstripe blue with a Yankee sign on it. Talking about New York repping it somewhere else. I felt good, like being from New York, like he repped New York and Pittsburgh. So shout out to Willie Colon. Thank you for being on the show, man. Next week we got Lamar Woodley. Lamar Woodley from the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I'm saying? He's retired now. He has a show. On the NFL Network. We'll talk about that next week. Let's get to the highlights. The Eagles and the Redskins game. Ooh, that was a good game. That was a great game. Eagles 30, Redskins 17. Kirk Cousins didn't do bad. Kirk Cousins was all right. For $24 million a year, he should be doing a little better than that. He went for 23 for 40, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He ran for 30 yards. He had 2 fumbles. Kurt, you got to get your game right, Kurt. You got to get better, Kurt. Got to get better. For $24 million, you got to get better. Now receiver, used to be quarterback, Terrell Pryor, has 6 receptions, 66 yards. Terrell Pryor is going to be a great wide receiver. He's not going to be a Randy Moss, but he's going to be a great wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? He's from Ohio State. Shout out to Terrell Pryor. And shout out to all the people from Ohio State. Ryan Grant, he had 4 receptions for 61 yards. Chris Thompson, 4 receptions and 52 yards and a touchdown. Longest yard was at 29 touchdown bursts he did. My man Jordan Reed. Now Jordan Reed's on my fantasy squad. Jordan Reed was hurt. He had a toe injury, so that he couldn't play the way Jordan Reed, always play. He's a former basketball star, so he know how to really, as a tight end. Like he's my second tight end behind Gronk. Everybody say Kelsey. Travis Kelsey's good, but I still think Jordan Reed, then it's Travis Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? So Jordan Reed, he had 5 receptions for 36 yards. Jamison Crowder, 3 receptions for 14 yards and 1 lost fumble on a punt. Look, he's a burner.
4.3 speed. He has 4.3 speed. He's a burner. Y'all gotta get a better. Y'all gotta use him better in offense. Y'all gotta have a better offense for him. 3 receptions for 14 yards is not good to me, but that's how the Redskins play. Ryan Kerrigan, he picked off Carson Wentz, 25-yard take back touchdowns, pick 6. The Redskins had 14 turnovers. That's not good. You're not gonna beat the Eagles like that. And that was a division game. It's a division game. You're not gonna beat the Eagles like that. Zach Ertz for the Eagles, 8 receptions, 93 yards. Nelson Aguilar, 6 receptions, 86 yards, 1 touchdown. He had a long touchdown from Carson Wentz, scrambling in the pocket. Carson Wentz avoided 4 people. Kept his head down the field and threw a long 58-yard pass. It was a great pass to Aguilar. Aguilar got past one of his defenders, and he went in and scored. That was a great play. Darren Sproles had 5 receptions, 43 yards. They're not using Darren Sproles right now. This is my key take for that game. Austin Jeffrey and Torrey Smith. They only had 68 yards combined with 4 receptions combined. You're not gonna win many games this year, the Eagles, if y'all don't get them two. Y'all brought these guys in to only target them 4 times together. Like, that don't make no sense. Doesn't make no sense. Shout to the big boys with wheels. That's what I call offensive linemen, defensive linemen. That get interceptions. Big boys with wheels. Fletcher Cox, 20-yard fumble recovery to the end zone. And I just think the Eagles' defense had their way with the Redskins. Eagles wasn't super good, but it was all right. You know what I'm saying? So the final score, Eagles 30, Redskins 17. Carson Wentz, you know what to do, Carson Wentz. Get your game right, all right? Matter of fact, that was the 5th of the Eagles broke a 5-game winning streak. They've been losing the Redskins for like 5 games, including all the years. So they did good. Okay, let's talk about one of the most exciting games of yesterday's games. The Raiders against the Titans. 26-16. So everybody in Oakland, you know what everybody in Oakland was looking for. Everybody in Oakland was looking for Beast Mode! Marshawn Lynch, his return. He's playing with his hometown, the Oakland Raiders. 18 carries, 76 yards. Marshawn Lynch looked beast mode-ish. He looked very beast mode-ish. I'm telling you. Derek Carr, 22 for 32, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's Derek Carr, baby. I mean, he broke his leg last year. He came back. He did all right. Michael Crabtree, 6 receptions, 83 yards. Amari Cooper, 5 receptions, 62 yards, 1 touchdown. Seth Roberts, every time Carr throws to Seth Roberts, the Raiders win. So you should think you would want to put Seth Roberts in more of a slot role, get him the ball a little more. He's a speed demon too. He had 1 reception for 19 yards and a touchdown. The Titans got promise. They got promise. They look good. The Titans really, really do look good. Marcus Mariota looked good at times. In the first half, he went for Marcus Mariota went for. He had he had 8. He went for 88 yards on 3rd downs. He had 3 receptions, 88 yards, 3rd downs. 3rd down efficiency was great. Second half he went 2 for 6. That's not gonna make it. DeMarco Murray had 12 attempts, 44 yards. Delanie Walker, 7 receptions, 76 yards. Longest thing was 23. Rashard Matthews, 5 receptions, 71 yards. Corey Davis, the rookie from Western Michigan, 6 receptions, 69 yards. The Titans defense is great. They all right. I just think they got to let DeMarco Murray run the ball more. I know they put the kid Doug Henry in. They be letting Henry, let the Henry kid play. Let Henry come in. Let him bring him in on some occasions. Not give him 3 straight times. No. We're going to give that to DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is the workhorse. Give him the ball, and you will win. And that's that. Final score, 26-16. That's it. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the Lions versus the Cardinals. The Lions versus the Cardinals. Matthew Stafford, 29 for 41, 262, 4 touchdowns. He balled out. Matthew Stafford balled out. Amir Abdul, 15 carries, 30 yards. Dwayne Washington, 6 carries, 22 yards. Golden Tate, he balled out. Golden Tate. I know Marvin Jones Jr., he balled out too. But Golden Tate had 107 yards on 10 receptions. Kenny Galladay had 4 receptions, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. Marvin Jones Jr., 2 receptions, 37 yards. They got to get Marvin Jones the ball more, man. He's on my fantasy squad. You got to get him the ball more. TJ Jones, 2 receptions, 32 yards. Theo Reddick, 6 receptions, 27 yards, and a touchdown. The Kenny Galladay kid had 2 touchdowns, and Marvin Jones had a touchdown as well. They balled out. Cardinals, I'm going to go back to earlier. Y'all gave away, Canadian Cat, that's right. They gave away Campbell. He had 4 sacks with Jaguars. You guys needed him yesterday. Badly. Carson Palmer went 27 for 48, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Unacceptable. Not for Carson Palmer. You might be falling off the cliff. As they say, as Max Kellerman would say, you might be falling off the cliff. David Johnson had 11 attempts, 23 yards. He hurt his hand. He had a fumble. And I'm hearing that he's out for 8 weeks. Shout out to David Johnson Jr. John Brown had 1 attempt, 10 yards. Too fast for that, man. He's too fast for that. Larry Fitzgerald, 6 receptions. That's Mr. Go-To guy. Larry Fitzgerald, that's Father Time. That right there, Larry Fitzgerald is I Am Legend. I changed. I called somebody that. He's I Am Legend. Fitzgerald, 6 receptions, 74 yards. David Johnson in the air, he had 6 receptions, 68 yards, and 1 fumble loss. J.J. Nelson, 5 receptions, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. Andre Ellington, 2 receptions, 35 yards. In the air, John Brown, 4 receptions, 32 yards. My take is, Arizona, you're in trouble. That's not a Bruce Arians defense. I've seen y'all play better than that. Calais Campbell loss, it was big. Telling you. Get it right. Lions 35, Cardinals 23. Talk about the Panthers. Cam Newton. Some of y'all saw him on Instagram with the mean green blazer on, looking like he's Goldie from the Mac. Cam Newton, 14 for 25, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had a fumble. Jonathan Stewart, 18 carries, 65 yards, 2 receptions, 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, he had 13 carries, 47 yards. That kid's going to be a problem. Christian McCaffrey's going to be a problem. He is a problem. He had a fumble yesterday, too. That wasn't good, but he's going to be a problem. He's going to help that offense. Now, y'all are playing the 49ers, so I can't really give y'all too much credit. Shout out to John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. It's going to take them a while to get that 49ers offense and defense together. But Russell Shepard, 2 receptions for the Panthers, 2 receptions, 53 yards, 1 touchdown for 40 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 5 receptions in the air, 38 yards. Calvin Benjamin, 1 reception, 25 yards. Like, come on. This guy is 6'5". Calvin Benjamin is 6'5". He's just throw it up and I got it. That's what he is. He's throwing up and I got it. Cam, you got to get him the ball more. Come on, Cam. Greg Olsen, 2 receptions, 18 yards. Last year, for 3 years, Greg Olsen's been your number 1 target, Cam. You can't have him. Look, come on. Shout out to Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly had an interception. Take back. The 49ers, Brian Hoyer, 24 for 35, 193 yards, 1 interception. Carlos Hyde, 9 attempts, 45 yards. Pierre Garçon. Carlos Hyde had 6 receptions, 32 yards in the air as well. Pierre Garçon had 6 receptions, 81 yards. My take is, Panthers over the 49ers, you're supposed to win that game. Enough said. Let's get to the 2 juicy games of Sunday. We got the Packers 17, the Seahawks 9. For a little while, Seahawks had Aaron Rodgers fighting for his life. He had him fighting for his life. But Aaron Rodgers, like how Stephen A. say he's the bad man, I don't think he's the bad man, but he's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And I picked him on I got him and Brady on my fantasy. So Aaron Rodgers, he went 28 for 42, 311 yards, 1 touchdown. He also ran for 21 yards. Ty Montgomery, 19 carries, 54 yards, 1 touchdown, and also 39 yards in the air. Randall Cobb, 9 receptions, 85 yards. Jody Nelson, 7 receptions, 79 yards, a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 3 receptions, 47 yards. Martellus Bennett, 3 receptions, 43 yards. And let's talk about the Seahawks. Seahawks, you definitely miss Curse. You definitely miss Curse because y'all look like you miss Curse. And your offensive line sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Russell Wilson, 14 for 27, 156 yards. He lost a fumble. He also ran for 40 yards and had a rushing touchdown. No, I'm sorry. 40 yards rushing, I'm sorry. Chris Carson, 6 carries, 39 yards. Rookie from Oklahoma State. C.J. Posite, 4 carries, 11 yards. Eddie Lacy, 5 carries for 3 yards. Unacceptable. Eddie Lacy, they brought you over thinking you're to be beast mode. You look like cream puff mode. That's what you look like. Like you're running the ball. I don't even know what to say anymore. Eddie Lacy, 5 yards, 5 receptions, 5 carries for 3 yards. Unacceptable. C.J. Posite, you got to do better out the backfield. Chris Carson is the leading back. He might have just took the lead thing from Eddie Lacy. Doug Baldwin, 4 receptions, 63 yards. The kid Paul Richardson is a monster. Paul Richardson kid is a monster. 4 receptions, 59 yards. He's going to be great for your offense. Jimmy Graham, 3 receptions, 8 yards. Jimmy Graham, come on. You was noted as one of the best tight ends in the league. You're 6'6". Like, come on, Jimmy Graham. Like, come on. You know what, Jimmy Graham? I'm not going to blame you. I blame Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll does not know how to use you. He didn't know how to use you when you got there. Tyler Lockett, 1 reception, 8 yards. Tyler Lockett, you gotta do something too. It's all on Russell Wilson though. Russell, you have to tell Sierra, look, I'm gonna put you on the back burner for a second. I gotta get my game right. I understand you was hurt, but come on, man. No disrespect to you. I'm not trying, not your wife or anything, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes you gotta get back on point, my brother. All right. Final score: 17. Packers, Seahawks 9. The bad man Aaron Rodgers came through again. This is the game I want to talk about. How about them Cowboys versus the New York Giants? Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you ever say Eli Manning is better than Tom Brady. Don't you ever come out your mouth saying that about my quarterback. Tom Brady's the greatest of all time. Always remember that. Odell just played the card. Odell said, I'm not playing. And look how the Giants looked. In the first half, y'all didn't even have 100 yards. You had 41 yards. With a minute left to go before halftime, you had 41 yards. Total. On the ground and in the air. Dallas defense looked like the Seahawks. The Legion of Boom. Dallas looked like the Legion of Boom. Y'all made them look like that. Because they're really not like that. Oh, man. Eli Manning, 29 for 38, 220 yards, 1 interception. I wasn't surprised about that. Eli's always going to throw a pick. Paul Perkins, 7 carries, 16 yards. Darkwa, 3 carries, 14 yards. Your receiving core did all right. They spread the ball. Roger Lewis, 4 receptions, 54 yards. Shane Vereen, 9 receptions, 51 yards. Evan Ingram, the rookie tight end, he should always start. 4 receptions, 44 yards. Sterling Shepard, 7 receptions, 44 yards. Brandon Marshall, 1 reception, 10 yards. I said this. Brandon Marshall wasn't not the answer. Y'all say, oh, Brandon Marshall's a big threat. He had 1 reception for 10 yards. There's a reason why he's been on 5 teams. I said this to you. You people got to understand. Listen, I'm not hating. I'm telling the truth. Dak Prescott, 24 for 39, 268 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 24 carries, 104 on the ground. Ezekiel Elliott came to play. That spin move, he did that spin move 3 times that game. Woo! Shout out to Terrence Williams. He came out balling, 6 receptions, 68 yards. Jason Witten, forever lasting. I call him forever lasting. 7 receptions, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Des Bryant, where you at, bro? Des Bryant, where you at, bro? Come on, man. Des, you Mr. Just throw it up and get it, man. You're right. They're not throwing the ball to you enough. You need to just throw it up and give it to Dez. Dez is not. Dez is like Randy Moss to me. I like Dez. Just throw it up to Dez. Stop trying to just throw it up to Dez, man. Like, come on. Dez Bryant had 2 receptions, 43 yards. Zeke Elliott had 5 receptions, 33 yards in the air. Cole Beasley, 3 receptions, 32 yards. All I say that the Cowboys shut down the New York Giants. Final score 19-3. Cowboys. Them Cowboys won. Shout out to all my people that was in Dallas. I was in Dallas this weekend with y'all. We rocked out. Thank you all my people for tuning in to Issa Football Thing with DJ SNS. Every Monday, I need y'all here from 6 to 7. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Next week, I got Lamar Woodley from the world champion, Super Bowl champion, Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Woodley will be in the building. All right? Thank you for tuning in. You at the station. It's a football thing with DJ SNS. I'm gone. Peace.